Hello and welcome to my latest weekly news from Maddisons. Well, Rightmove came out with their data on what happened in the month of March, and prices absolutely soared in terms of asking prices, up 2.1%. That's the second time that's happened in 5 years, and a phenomenal growth. There's still far too little stock, things being sold too quickly. And it's all a case of the stars aligning, people working out if their houses are right for them, low interest rates on mortgages, most people working from home feeling quite wealthy, and all that combining with the news of the vaccine rollout with increased optimism to continue this boom, which we're not seeing affected really by the stamp duty coming to an end, the holiday, the main one coming to an end at the end of June. The demand is absolutely surging, and there is still lots of buyer activity, and that is expected to probably strengthen, maybe not so much in the southeast, due to the launch of the 95% government-backed mortgage. So Rishi announced that in his spring budget back at the beginning of March, and it was because at the beginning of the pandemic, many lenders retracted from those high loan-to-value mortgage market. Pre-pandemic, you could get a 95% mortgage quite easily. You could often get a 100% mortgage. And the simple reason the lenders retracted is because the media was predicting a property price crash. And lenders get nervous if they've lent 95% and they have to repossess a property and the market has crashed, then they've lost their margin of comfort and they could be in negative equity territory against what they've lent. So they retracted from the market. And that hugely affected the first-time buyer market. Saving for a deposit is an absolute nightmare. So the government has addressed that. They've introduced the government-backed scheme. And if you, those of you who watch my vlog, my latest sort of property economic, the longer one I do with a bit of an outlook that I did just following the spring budget, you'll know that I predict that will further surge the market increase. The last time the government stepped in to bolster the housing market, they did the Help to Buy scheme. That was just for new properties, and even though only 2,000 buyers benefited from that, it gives the market confidence. The government saying we believe in the property market, and that's what people like to hear. So there will be an increase in demand, less so in the south, as I said. The reason for that, to have a 95% mortgage on an average asking price for property down here would be very, very expensive. So we tend to find that most buyers, even first-time buyers, will be able to get to a 90% mortgage. Any more just gets too expensive. But interestingly, the 95% back mortgage is open to anybody, not just first-time buyers. So we should really greatly increase things further across the rest of the country. And Barclays, Santander, NatWest, Lloyds, all the big lenders have come back to the market already with their 95% mortgages. And as I mentioned there, the southeast property price is high, and there was a great article all around Tunbridge Wells in the Times at the weekend, which showed why there has been such a surge. It was 17th of April it came out, and it says delighted of Tunbridge Wells. So a big feature in there about why Tunbridge Wells has done so well during the pandemic. It feels that basically buyers are drawn to our great architecture, great schooling, and of course easy transport links. And I would say I'll probably sell about 60% of my book to London buyers. They love the village area and the high street. They love the architecture there and the ease to get to the station. It's certainly very, very popular. Some headline stats for you. Our prices are up 52% against the last 10 years. So Tunbridge Wells done really, really well. We're a third higher than the Kent average on prices, and 2,801 sales were agreed in 2020, and that was despite the housing market being closed for 7 weeks. But interestingly, flats are really struggling. Only 17% of our sales are currently selling to flats, and that is the lowest level since 1999. The town has had an enormous influx of flats. There's a huge number of them being built, and that search to space with people looking for gardens has meant that flats haven't been quite so popular. A lovely property that I have launched right in the heart of the village. As I've mentioned that, why not show this one to you? It's up Mount Sion. It's the large end section of a beautiful period property. It's got a lovely private outside garden, allocated off-road parking, and really beautifully presented accommodation. Fabulous location. I'd really recommend that one's worth a look on at a guide price of $795. Well, I hope you've enjoyed my vlog, and I really look forward to seeing you next week. Bye bye.